back with another video, and I come across this guy, and I started to go back to player matches because yesterday I got Android 21 and Majub, and I wanted to get used to them, you know, to give myself a little bit of a kind of training wheels, I guess. This is the best way to explain it. But I've only used Android 21 so far. I like the way she moves. I like all of it. But I'll go ahead and be quiet for the rest of this. But I'll explain later. Everything else.
Going to fight, then expect no mercy. You're finished already? Well, that's disappointing.
So yeah, obviously in that first fight, his main focus is to snap vanish the entire time and never attack me himself. So I picked Broly to counter that. Snap vanishing has invincibility frames, and I'm not going to give a fuck about it. You play cheap, so will I. Did I grab kind of a bunch with Broly? A little bit. Not like a lot, but apparently enough to piss this guy off. Because later on, and right now, as I'm recording or editing this, he's messaging me saying I spammed with Broly. You all saw that. Only time I used a grab or anything is when he was going to use Death Beam, which was obvious, or because he was running away the entire time. You play cheap. I'm not going to give a fuck. I'll play cheap too. Now he's saying rematch, please. Rematch, please. Like a desperate little child. But I don't remember who I picked this time. Oh yeah, I remember. Rose. Nah. He says I spam with Broly and all that, and says I play cheap, which in some fights later on I do. I'll admit that. So does he. He plays cheap, so will I. I don't care.
You your due punishment.
Now again, throughout this whole thing, I think it was a little bit after this, he had been messaging me that I could only beat him with Broly and when I was spamming. Now I admit again, later on in fights I do abuse some moves, but he's been snap vanishing the entire time and just running away from me. Used Death Beam quite a bit, not enough to be spammy, but quite a bit. But if you're going to do at least one thing to be cheap, I'm not holding back. But I think here soon comes the funny part. I think right now is coming the messages. But he asked me to use my CAC. And I do. I just say fuck it. Why not? Let him have his way. But I picked my CAC. And I've changed moves on it since last time. If you've ever seen my channel, you know I don't believe that CACs take a whole lot of skill. You can put on whatever move you want, abuse whatever you want, and with male Saiyan, their back hit is so fucking broken that even when the person's behind you or dodging around, it'll still hit a lot of the time. It's why I don't use them. It's why I don't like fighting them. But anyway, I'm gonna be quiet for this fight, but it's his male Saiyan versus mine, and I'll just be quiet and let y'all watch. Got a little bit too cocky and that cost him. I don't know if he doesn't know how to break stamina or not, but if he had done it right then and there, I would have lost. And that's fine. If I lose, I lose. Doesn't bother me. But a bad idea on his part. I think that's what? I think like 3 matches in a row he's lost now. If I've said it once, I'll say it again. If you snap vanish the entire fight, I'm not going to play fair either. That's not fair. That's cheap.
I will rid existence of all that I deem evil. Slow. Here we go.
If you think winning a fight using Justice Combo 3 times and snap vanishing the entire time makes you good at the game, sorry to say this, but you're going to be the only person that thinks that. Either that or some other trash can players that you play with. But no. This isn't the kind of win that you get respect for. Now, the next fight makes up for it. And I'll be quiet and won't spoil it, but it gets pretty good. I know I said next fight, but the second he saw this happened. Wait for it. Rage quit! This boy is so afraid of me playing Broly that he left. And it only gets better. I know this is quite a bit of messages, and feel free to pause if you need to, but there is a lot more. This guy was blowing up my shit for so long, even while I was editing this. I had to block him just to shut him up. But that's going to be all for this. There's going to be a part 2. Don't forget to smile, everybody.
I want you to know, you make my senses overload. You make my say, unparalleled emotion overflow. You make my say, you make my senses overload. You make my say, unparalleled emotion overflow. You make my